75. When his officer pulled me over with a badge that read Jesus Christ, he said my license and registration plus my tags had expired with no insurance and an outstanding warrant for assisted suicide. Now as I thought, hold on, as far as my license and things, yeah, you got me. But with assisted suicide, no, y'all, I ain't never hurt nobody. That's what I thought till it was taught that the wages of sin was death. I helped my friend sin, I became a friend to sin, so it's like I had killed him and myself. So I'm like, officer, I ain't with this. If you submit this, then I'm convicted. Is there any way we can exempt this, forget this, or skip this ticket? And he said that it was. All I had to do was confess that I'd done it and believe in my heart that he, Jesus Christ, the officer, could save me from it. And so I did, but immediately I heard on his walkie-talkie that backup was coming. And my mind started racing and my heart started running. And he told me, he said, calm down. And he gave me his clothes and his shoes. And in return, he gave me his uniform, his hat, his boots, and his bags too. And he said, when they get here, yeah, they gonna think you me. They gonna take me for what you done wrong, but they gonna set you free. But before they got there, he stressed that it was all for love. And when they got there, it was nothing but cops, glocks, cuffs, and clubs. They beat Jesus to the point where he could hardly stand. They whipped him so bad that he barely resembled a man. They weren't finished. They took Jesus to a forest with a bunch of trees. And then they hung Jesus on some branches between two thieves. I seen Jesus bleeding. It was there he hung. Then one of the officers took a billy club and they pierced his lungs. Now I tried to hide the water that flowed from my eyes, but I had to cry when I witnessed this innocent Jesus die. I realized that I was alive and it should have been me. Beaten, dead, pierced in the lungs and hung from a tree. But it was him instead. He was taken and he was laid in the grave. But what had me in dismay is that he rose on the third day. And he came to me and said, abundant life, this is what I sponsored you for. Yeah, I died on the cross, but I rose from the grave, so now you're a conquering more. That's the day that Jesus Christ came to change my name. He changed the game, and this is why I'm changing lanes. Track 3.